Thank you, Sohokli. I will adopt the protocol already has been read, so we don't have to repeat ourselves and we delay everybody. Kalimera, good morning, welcome all. And I wish you all a wonderful and enjoyable conference. So, what shall we say for the last 5 years? The last 5 years has been absolutely incredible to everybody, and especially in the marine industry. And I go 5 years, why? It's not just the pandemic, it's not just the Russian invasion in Ukraine, and the other related knock-off effects, but I will start from the shipowner's point of view, from the cybersecurity, which we discussed many times in the past, which has been a burden in our industry and especially in the shipowner's perspective. And shortly thereafter, and in combination with the pandemic, we had the low sulfur fuel oil, which all the shipowners had to comply with as from 1st January 2020, and that had an enormous impact on the shipowning companies and ship managers, with the world not being prepared to supply the correct specification of fuel. As a result, we had a lot of damages, breakdowns, claims, which that had a huge knock-on effect on our marine industry and indeed marine insurances. And the pandemic came where it was completely new to all of us. We all panicked. All the jurisdictions have panicked, all the countries, etc., and we have seen the delay and the confusion which has been created, and especially the way globally the seafarers have been handled. We had these discussions in the past, and you all are aware of these disappointing knock-on effects to seafarers, which at the beginning they were not regarded as key personnel. So, from the marine insurance perspective, I believe that although there was a confusion between especially the P&I clubs, and they haven't reacted promptly to resolve various issues and also to have a mutual understanding, as they are mutual, with various criteria, that it had a negative effect in our industry in various covers, and which effectively it led to have restrictive covers and clauses and higher premiums. So there is no doubt that the marine insurance industry have reacted at the end positively, and then improvements have been made, but the knock-on effects, they're still on, and I believe there is more room for improvement as far as the shipowning industry is concerned. So with the pandemic, we all know and we experience the culture of working from home, remote operations, which I don't think personally is suitable for our industry, but we had no other option for certain months or years, and various companies are still implementing that, especially on the marine sector. Owners face coverage issues from time to time and revolve cover from one day to another, which I believe, with all the respect to marine insurance industry, that's something they must review and work on, because we believe that at the end of the day, the shipowning industry is the one who is picking up the bills and the ones who they suffer the most. And if we want shipping to continue on a fair balance, that has to be improved. Problems with corruption, of course, is not something which is new to us, but in the recent years, corruption has been escalated, especially in certain parts of the world, which as another issue which we need to discuss. I would not, bother you more with all these knock-on effects, which we can discuss later on, Sophocles. And without any further ado, we'll like to close here and invite the other guests. Perhaps the Brexit, that's something which we can discuss as well, because as our dear shipping minister said earlier on, although Cyprus has benefited from it in a certain way, but I wonder whether Brexit for the shipping industry, and we know that London is a leading market, especially in the marine insurance. We'd like to hear from our British guests here, how that affected everything, the culture, including the wage slip from some of you brokers who are dealing with the day-to-day business in London. Thank you.